Hello, my name is Sridhar Rangayan. I'm the Festival Director of KASHISH Mumbai International Queer Film Festival, which is having its 12th edition of the festival right now. And you must have all watched this fantastic film, Advent of Mary, which is in competition at KASHISH 2021. The film is about an 11-year-old transgender girl and how she copes with the society around her. And that's a beautiful film, and I'm sure you've all watched it and eager to listen to the people behind. So we have Vinicius, the director of the film Advent of Mary, with us. And we have Maria Eduarda Maya, who plays the lead character of Mary in the film. And she herself is a transgender kid. So that's beautiful casting. So real life casting. Thank you, Vinicius, for doing that and supporting the community. And we have Beta, who plays the mother in the film, and she's here with us. And to host the conversation, we have our wonderful, amazing Kashish team member, Bhagirathi Raman, who firmly believes in the power of connection that the arts, culture, and creative industries and impactful storytelling have in our lives. She therefore collaborates with people and organizations across disciplines, utilizing and developing her skills to bring together diverse ideas, people, cultures, and perspectives. Wow. She has been on a preview team for many years now, and she is part of a team which selects the films and programs them, and also she has been part of the festival team. Thank you for Bagi for agreeing to host this particular conversation. Over to you. Have a wonderful conversation about the film, about what the politics of the situation is in their country for LGBTQ community. Over to you, Bagi.
Thank you. Thank you. After all of that, I'm going to first and foremost start off saying I watched the film 3 times in the last week because there has been so much. It's been so moving just to be taken on that journey. I was in tears the first time I saw it, and I was like, okay, fine. Now let's look at the many, many layers that pop up. And there are so many strands. So I cannot wait to talk to you all and unwrap all of that. I wanted to ask all 3 of you, in fact, because in the film we see a handful of queer characters, right? We've got Maria, of course. We've got the man selling the ice cream. And when Maria and a friend go to the shop to buy the dress, we also have a trans person there to sell it, and she probably recognizes, but it's very subtly done and very acceptingly done. I wanted to ask you all, based on these, how is the situation like in Brazil? What are the rights that LGBTQI folk have, but more importantly, what is the social setting?
Oh, I could say that here we have improved a lot. Recently, transgender people had got the rights to change their names, right? Yeah. Recently, I think 1 year or 2 years ago, something like that. But yeah, it's not very easy for them, I believe. We still have a lot of prejudice, a lot of problems. Brazil, unfortunately, is the country that most skilled transgender people in the world. I mean, in rankings, right? In the rank, Brazil is the first country that unfortunately is killing transgender people. So it's not a very good political environment for transgender people, but they're fighting a lot. Now you can say more about this.
So in Brazil, it's a little bit difficult. We have our human rights, I think, because have so much prejudice, like Vinicius said. Yeah, and I'm in the process to change my name on paper. It's not easy, but I think I can. I really think I can do this and tell for other people's, and you can too. Understand? It's not something easy, of course.
Yeah, and on the top of that, we have president that's not a good person at all. So he doesn't support the LGBTQ community. So it is really difficult, but we're fighting. We keep fighting. We keep supporting.
Yeah. Maria, do you have a lot of like people like you can look to when you have questions, like when you say, hey, I want to change my name, where would you go? Who would you speak to? Are those support structures there, or you have to keep pushing and then finding out where you can go and whom you can speak to?
It is the law now. In Dilma's government, she signed, I don't know how to say, a document that transgender people can have a social name, so they can change their names in the documents and everything. Is that right, Duda? I think so.
Yeah, I have my social name, and the law said all the trans persons can use our social names in public places and government places and schools, hospitals, all places, but it's not official to documents. And for you have your name on the documents, you need a process on the
Judicial process.
on judicial process, and you need a lawyer for this.
Like, was it a struggle to come out, and only if you're comfortable speaking about it, of course, to come out to people and wonder, because that's also Maria in the film story, right? Like that negotiation, understanding oneself, but also how people around would perceive it or accept.
It's not the roses ocean, it's not something perfect, happy ever after, but it's cool. I have amazing friends, persons that help me a lot, talk with me a lot, and I love this. I love my friends. I have prejudices, of course, but it's just ignore. I really don't care for what the other person talking about me. I just don't care.
Your family support you too.
My family
Yeah,
support
the
me,
family is amazing.
always support me,
Nice.
always and forever, I think. It's amazing. I love my family. I'm so grateful for this.
Nice. This actually leads us straight into the film, because there must be so many parallels, right? How did this happen? How did the casting happen? How did you all find each other?
When I finished the script, and the producers told me, oh, we're gonna shoot this in 3 months, so you need to find the girl, because one thing that I knew is that I needed a girl that was a transgender girl, a real transgender girl.
So you'd already made
I
that
couldn't
decision.
Yes, it was made.
Nice.
If we didn't have a transgender girl, we were not going to do the movie. So
Oh,
this is something that
wow. That's
we
a good
established.
stand. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't rehearse a boy to do a transgender girl, so we needed a transgender girl to do the movie. So she said, find the girl and we can shoot in 3 months. If we can find here in Brasilia, which is the name of our city here in Brazil, we can do, or we're gonna wait a little bit more until we find it. So one day I was in the internet, so I said, if I research in Google for transgender girl in Brazil, I wonder if I can find transgender kid, actually, right? Because I was looking for a transgender kid around 10, 11, or 12 years old. So I made a research, and I was so lucky and blessed because I could find a report that she was giving an interview for a newspaper here, a local newspaper. So I found her giving that interview, and I said, oh my God, I need to find that girl. I need to find her. And I really hope she can act.
And for his lookies, I act.
Yeah, she did.
A lot.
And she did very great.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
quite something. Did you ever expect something like this would happen?
No, I wouldn't expect that. I was really afraid that she couldn't, because I said, okay, I found a girl. She's amazing. We talked. I talked to her parents. I talked to her. It was a very good conversation. We talked the first time we talked, 2 hours of conversation
Yeah,
at the mall. It was so nice. So I was afraid, oh my God, she's cool, she's amazing, she has a very good story for herself, but can she act? So we had a test, a camera test with her, and she simply destroyed in a test.
Victory dance.
She was amazing. So thank God we found the right girl. And she was 12 at that time, right? 12 years old.
And I never in my life ever act. I'm a ballerina, and in ballet we act so much in scenes.
What made you write something like this? Where did you had you been thinking about it for a while?
Yes. What happened was that when I finished my last movie, I was thinking about writing another one. It was a movie about bullying and gifted kids. So I wanted to do something um, surrounding this about kids and stuff. So I was researching, and in this research for doing another movie, to write another movie, I found that girl.
Melissa Eduarda?
No, that Jess Jennings, that American transgender girl, Jess Jennings, that her name. And I found a video of her saying, I am, she was, I don't know, maybe 8 years old, something like this. I found her saying, I was born in the wrong body. I was born with a boy's body, but I am a girl. And I was looking at her and saying, oh my God, she is a girl. Come on. She's a girl. And that simply blew my mind, because I never had came across that theme before. So I went and after 2 videos or 3 videos researching about it, about transgender kids, I could never imagine a kid could be transgender. I have heard about adults, but I've never saw actually a transgender kid. So I saw Jess Jennings speaking and say, I am a girl. And after 2 videos or 3 researching, I said, oh my God, I need to speak about it. I need to write a movie about this. So that's when I started to research and create a character and try to understand what Brazil was into. It was around 2017 when I started to research about it. And then the script was selected. I wrote the script, and a second draft, something about second draft. So when I finished it, I submitted to some kind of laboratory here in Brazil, a very good laboratory in São Paulo, and we were selected. So I spent 1 week with script doctors that helped me improve the script. Nice. So it was amazing. It was fantastic. A very good experience for me as a script writer.
Yeah.
So that was
Can you tell us a little bit about the research that went into it? Because you're getting into it blind, right? It's an entire concept and a state that had not been approached before. So
I had a lot of things in the internet, researching the internet, but there was something very interesting, because I went to São Paulo. I live in Brasilia, right? It's the capital of Brazil. So I went to São Paulo to meet a family who had a transgender kid. So I spent a whole day with them, to see them, to understand them, what they're going through, to make questions, a lot of questions. So it was very nice, because they had this transgender girl there, which is Melissa Doblado. She's amazing. And her parents are very supportive. And they explained it to me, her whole story, what she went through. So I really had a very good experience to understand what it's like to be a transgender kid. Of course, I can't, I'm not a parent, I'm not a transgender person, but I could feel a little bit of what it's like, so I could extract this for the movie. It was amazing. It was a very good experience that I had with them.
And it is a very normal feeling film. Like it flows in so naturally. In fact, that brings me to you, Roberta. How did you approach this? How did you find the film, and how was your process with it?
Yeah, the first time Vinny told me about the movie, and he told me he wanted me to play the mother, I was like, no way, I can't do that. I've never been a mother before. I'm not a mother. I don't have the mother energy. But when he told me this story, I was okay. I want to do this movie because that's something I want to tell the world. I want to show this story. And I wasn't sure how I would do it until I met Duda. I went to her house and we've played a scene. And that time I knew I would just have to go with her. I just have to let me go because she does everything. I just go with her. So we had some lectures, readings, and rehearsal, and we had a preparation, an acting preparation, but most of, practically all, it came from her. I think I can speak for everyone because her energy is so big. It goes, and we go with her, and it was easy from that point.
You mentioned church, and I had so many questions about a couple of the characters and that relationship as well, right? The padre was so accepting, whereas the aunt was not. I'm sure there is that difference in how people perceive it. But what about how the church itself perceives? Because in Brazil and in Brazil itself, is there a challenge, or is it okay? It's not such a big deal.
It's not something okay, not something so challenge. We have some church, some fathers, some
Priests.
It's so okay, so normal. It's God love you the same thing. Me and you, just humans. Come to us and let's pray. But some churches just say, this is a sin, you cannot be this, you go to the hell. Oh my God. But my padre, my priest,
Yeah.
and my pastor, because I got to two religions, be so loving,
Supportive.
peace, so supportive. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, here in Brazil, we are Christianism is the main religion here in Brazil, right? So I had to put this religion in the movie.
That was my next question. Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to put them here because for a long time, in a way today, they kind of established how the bodies work. I don't know how to say that. But they had a regulation on bodies, right? The Catholic Church, they had regulations on bodies. So bodies, yes.
Okay.
On the bodies.
Yeah.
They have to say this is right, this is wrong, this is appropriate or not.
Okay.
But nowadays, I mean, for a long time, historically speaking, but nowadays it is different. We have like she said, we had churches that accept people, transgender people, and we have places that they are like demons. Yeah, right. So you need to know where you're going. We even have Protestant churches here that are LGBT.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. It's very good. We have another religion which I put in a movie, which is Candomblé.
Yeah.
They are very supportive as well. So it's like it's something balanced, I think. Maria's journey is also a journey of faith. Yeah. Because she tries to understand her identity through faith. So she uses her what she understands about Jesus and I mean the character.
Yes. Is Mary for
Mary. Okay. She tries to understand what Jesus is, like God and man at the same time, right? So it's a reference to her when she thinks about, oh my God, so Jesus can be a God and also a man. So maybe I can be a girl in a boy's body or something like this.
I
So
sold the girl in my body.
yeah, she's trying to understand her identity through her faith, through what she understands in her faith.
Which was the first shoot, like the first scene that you guys shot? I'm trying to move into what was the first shot that that you all filmed.
First scene was the last scene, I guess. The one she gets in the school. The one she gets in the school.
Oh yeah,
that's something interesting. Yeah, that's something interesting about that. Can I say about the hair?
Of course.
Because we wanted to cut her hair a little bit. So we had to shoot the last scenes first. So her hair was a little bit longer. So we could say that the time was passing, right? So, but in the middle of the process, she gave up on the idea of cutting her hair. And we respect that because she started to cry. No, I'm not gonna cut it. I can't. When the girl was with the scissors, she said, no, I'm not gonna do this.
I have a anxiety cries. I be like this and no, I cannot do this with my hair. It's so little. Oh my God, I can't do this. And I start crying. It's a horrible feeling, but I love the Vinicius and all the crew for do this with me, to accept this, for respect this.
Yeah, so we didn't do the haircut, but it was okay. No problem. Didn't change the story. So yes, the first scene that we shot was when she was getting at the school.
Oh, and was there any scene that stood out to go like, hey, you know, I can't believe we managed to pull it off, like a really tough thing that just sort of came together at the end?
In my opinion, is the cry scene that Lena had the accident and Maria called her dad, and that see the dress, the blood in her hand, and I need to cry. And this, I think, or Predator,
Clarissa, cast producer, no, cast preparator, I don't know.
Or cast preparator talk with me, just think a lot of terrible things, and it's most challenging to do this for me because I have to explore my darkness emotions, the death. I just feel the death behind me, and that's the scene. Lena can die in the scene, and I feel this. Be amazing, do the scene, see the scene, but it's not amazing. Explore or own darkness, and I feel this. But so challenge, but I love it.
Yeah, for me, I think that the most the scene that was very important and very good, that I love the most and also love the most, is the towel scene. What? When you take away your towel.
Oh, right? It's so difficult to me too, because I have shown my boots. And
yeah.
Oh my God, my boots. But it's just psychotic.
Yeah. But I think that that's such an important scene that this is the moment that she gets to face her identity.
Yeah.
Say, okay, I'm not gonna put the towel here. Here, like a boy.
I'm
doing like this, like a girl. And I think it's the most amazing scene, one of the most important scenes in the movie for me. Yeah. Do you have one, Roberta?
You can, I was just gonna ask Roberta,
I think the one that is not on the movie, the one after the fight, because and it's not on the movie, this scene. But for me, it was really
this scene.
Yeah.
I remember my grandmother.
Yeah. Now you've got to tell us about the scene that's not in the film.
There was a dual sentimental feeling there. It was not easy.
Why you don't put the scene on the movie? I love this scene.
Wait, we'll get to that question first, but I want to hear what Roberta has to say. Tell us more about the scene,
So that's the thing. The feeling of the scene was dual because we had just found out that she was a transgender, and we had a fight between priest, the aunt, and after that we put it all together to celebrate Christmas. And I wanted to do that scene like a real feeling and not pretending to be okay. How it is to have a Christmas dinner after all of this.
Yeah.
And for me, it was really difficult. And she went out and then she came like crying and wonderfully acting. But and in the end, I think it's a beautiful scene. It's not on the movie, but it's a good one. And it was really difficult for me.
Why is it not in the film?
Well, yeah, we had to cut because of time, right? Producers and people saying, we need to cut something. We had a few more scenes that we had to cut too. That one, I had to cut because of that, of course, but it comes right after another scene with crying. So we thought that there was too much crying in a sequence, right? So we thought that it was interesting to cut it. But it was.
But you can watch it on Vinicius TikTok, right, Vinny? You can see on Vinicius TikTok. It's really there.
But this is a good thing to be doing after this Q&A for sure.
Yeah.
How did you feel? Like, was there any change before the film began and after for all three of you? Like, did something about the film change something in you all?
I think that it changed, and I'm speaking not for myself, but a lot of people that worked in a movie, they say, when we lived with her, with Duda, and when we get to get along with you and see how you are a simple girl, and I think we changed this relationship with her. I think it changed a lot on how we understand transgender girl and transgender people. I think that the most change was that they are so normal, they are so common, they are like us, and we need to fight for them too as a support, right? So I think that's the thing that I felt when we finished the movie. That
yes,
we are also helping people to see this, right?
Yeah, for me as well, for sure. I'm a better person after the movie, after meeting Duda.
Loves always win, and I see Mary growing up with with her heart, feeling her, and when I stop to feel, I just tell for myself, I miss her. She teach me a lot.
You miss her?
I miss her.
So cute.
That her insecurity, her fears, it's lovely. And being married is not something easy because I have changed a lot of things. I can clean my hair. I can do my eyebrows. I need to look like a boy for do the movie.
Yeah.
But we did it.
How is it working with the children? Had they ever encountered a transgender person before? How were they with you? What was that reaction? What was that relationship like?
We needed to make sure that all the kids that were involved in the movie, they needed to understand what she is and her condition. What's the movie about? So we had meetings with her parents and with them to explain what kind of movie we were doing, and we need all the time, not only with the cast, the kids cast, but with the crew. We had a very good conversation with all of them. So the movie is about this. The girl that is the leading actor, she's like this. She's a transgender girl. We had to explain. We had to make sure that everybody that was attending to the set were respectful people that would respect her mainly her. We had another transgender woman in the set too. So we had to,
The
she
shop,
helped us.
the shop, the one at the shop, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, her name
She
is
was
Tika.
also a art assistant.
Wonderful. Yes, she did. She was art assistant too, as well.
And then I can talk a little bit.
Yes.
And I create incredible friendships on the seed. I
Set.
create set. I create Mata, I create Vinicius, I create Julia, I create Marcos. It's amazing. I love this.
Got yourself some friends.
Yeah,
And we
but
had you.
that's quite incredible to have, like, to do these sensitization sessions with your cast and your crew. It's quite some learning that one can take off. Have you shown the film in a lot of places? Has it got a release, or has it just been festivals?
Just in one festival so far. Actually, we had the week
Two, right?
of, yeah, we had the week of transgender people here in Brazil. We had a whole week. So in a weekend, we released the movie for 3 days. So,
Oh, yeah.
but no, it was something very local. So we haven't showed the movie much yet. Not
Has
yet.
there been any sort of response to the people that have watched it so far?
We got a really good response. Duda got Best Actress in Forable, a festival in Brazil.
Congratulations.
And we got our Polish, como é que chama a estreia?
Release.
Yeah, Polish release.
Release?
Release, yeah. Agended as well.
But we are very, very happy to be showing this film as part of Kashish. And I really enjoyed watching it. I cannot wait to tell as many people as is possible to watch it. Thank you guys for this conversation. It's been so much fun. I love the energy. Simply love the energy.
Me too. I'm so delighted and grateful to be here talking with you, Sorry, seriously, I'm so happy.
Yeah, we are too. We're looking forward to show the movie in your festival. It will be amazing.
Really
It's
good.
the first international festival that me as a director is attending to, and the movie as well. It's the first international.
One question to Maria before we wind up the conversation. Maria, what do you want to become when you grow up?
I think a lot of this, and if everything go like I really hope, I won't be a professional actress. Principally do Bridgerton, like Lady Lucinda, because I love this show, and I need act with real tits. But okay, another thing, and if this don't happen, okay, I understand, but I will never stop to act. But I think in do journalism or relações internacionais, como diz?
International
Relations.
diplomacy, I don't know.
Diplomacy, international diplomacy, for work in embaixada.
Embassies, working in embassies.
Working in embassies, got to honor.
The
UN,
foreign
United
services
Nations.
as such.
Or you could be a great ballerina as you grow up. Who knows what could it become?
Yeah, this too. I will never forget the ballet. I love ballet.
So fantastic talking to all of you. Vinicius, thank you for making such a beautiful film. And Maria, thank you so much for acting in it and making this film so beautiful. And Roberta, thank you for playing the mother so beautifully. Bagi, you're a rock star. You did a great Q&A. Thanks a lot for all of you. Right now, this Q&A is being streamed on Facebook and YouTube. So if you have any questions for Vinicius or Maria or Roberta, please put it here in the comments, and I'll make sure that they'll see it and respond to these comments and answer your questions if you have any. There's still one more week of Kashish still remaining. So please go to mumbaiqfs.com and grab a weekend pass for the third week. This film is playing the second week. So the third week passes are still open. And this film is in competition. So it's in competition for the best narrative feature, best screenplay, best performance in a lead role. Please catch the award ceremony on September 5th, 2021 on our YouTube and Facebook channels, and stay tuned. Please go and watch a lot of LGBTQ films which are being shown at Kashish 2021. Each of them are a gem, just like Advent of Mary. Thank you all for joining this conversation. Really appreciate. Lots of love to all of you. Best wishes to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs.
Thank you. Thank you so much.